Yeah, I didn't give you any indication that I was starting, but last time when I gave you indication, you acted like not as being live streamed.
I'm playing with the YouTube.
Come on, me not giving indication and you not giving indication.
Got your back.
Where is it being streamed to? Your channel?
Just my 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 Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. My YouTube. Normally, I've just never done this one this way.
Okay, well, hey, my mama's YouTube. How y'all doing?
Yeah, I know, but it's 100 people over there because I'm not pushed this. But I just want to see how this worked over here. Okay. I liked what I
Am I even following you?
Probably not. This is my main page that I've had forever.
Yeah, I think I'm following you on my old channel, and I don't even know how to access that channel. It's just there.
Well, I mean, it's the Spivey called Valerie.
That's the name of the channel.
Let me go to my channel. Let me switch because I'm on the church channel.
It's okay. I'm already here.
You found me, and you and I.
Yeah. I don't see. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is live. And one watching, is that one you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, me.
Well, hi to me as well. Let me go and give it a like. When you enter someone's video, you give it a like. And if you don't, you find that you don't like it, you just take the like back. It's very simple.
Yeah.
That's etiquette.
And that way you don't forget to like if you meant to like in the first place.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the heifers. Mm-hmm. The heifers of Potomac.
Then call them ladies heifers.
I call everybody heifers.
Oh, that made me tired a little bit last night. I think I may have been a little tired.
Yeah, because this episode they didn't even do the fighting they usually do.
No, they didn't. So I was less tired.
Right.
I watched the whole show without going.
I wish you would watch everything without making that face. That's not the face for you.
This one?
That's better. So anyway, Robin and Giselle went to find them a hotel because they refused to admit that they're lesbians. And
stop it!
That's not a bad thing. I love lesbians.
That is not, but they're not saying that. You
say all of my closest friends and relatives.
I know it. All of them people. Everybody got your family of them. But they're not saying that.
That's what I just said, that they don't want to admit that they're lesbians. That's literally what I just said. So they go and find them a hotel. Let's take it back a little bit at the dinner, because we're still at the dinner. Basically, they just wrapped up the dinner. It wasn't that much.
No, because they couldn't get themselves together to wrap the dinner up.
Right, so they
just went home.
All in all, they wrapped up the dinner. Giselle apologized to the white folks, which, okay.
She said, now this was some foolishness all in the street. It's because a lot of times they're not at a restaurant when they have their foolishness. They just together, at like one of them's house or one of them's event, they, had a little something like that. But they all out at the fish place, acting a monkey.
I will allow it, because you may be right. Sometimes they are just at each other's house acting a fool.
Or they have rented a venue because they're having something special,
Right. Now, mind you, I really do feel that these people, the white folks at the restaurant, were just paid actors, and they knew to expect foolishness because.
Well, but then they could have been. But then and if they watch TV, if they watch any of those women, and especially the women, watched any of the Real Housewives, they knew that there's a possibility of foolishness.
If you see Housewives out to dinner, there's going to be a fight. That's just given.
Don't freak out. There will be foolishness. And so I think they knew that. And because they didn't have their faces blanked out, they were aware.
Exactly. They knew they was on TV. They knew what show they were on.
They knew all that. So they was having fun.
I wouldn't have apologized, and I'm a very polite person. But y'all
Look,
already knew what y'all here for.
that's it. We hope we didn't embarrass y'all too bad. Y'all mama and them be mad that y'all was on TV with us.
I mean, their mama and them probably mad because they was on TV with some coloreds. But anyway, so they basically just kind of wrap up the conversation. I don't think they had any more additional fights to the fight they already had. Like it was just the same old fight from last week. Um, we go back to the house on the bus. G, you know I can't stand G, right?
He does too much. That's why his wife is not 40. He needs a very young wife. Because somebody my age would have turned around proud, or older, because he's older. If you don't turn around, get yourself somewhere and sit down. And he acting a fool. Because one point, she's like this.
Somebody your age would not have a husband acting like that. You see, Karen and Ray don't act like that.
And take you nowhere.
Actually, none of the husbands act like that.
None of them. And he's on the older end of the husbands.
He's probably, well,
he's second to Ray.
Well, we don't. He might be right there with Ray.
Because
Ray just seems old. He's not as old as he seems.
75. You'll be 75 this year.
You know how old your mama is?
I'm talking about in relation to Karen and who is the oldest housewife.
Okay, yeah, she 58.
She ain't made 60.
But I'm saying he acts older than 75 even.
You think?
He act like your granddaddy now. He acts older than your granddaddy now.
Well, you can't compare him with little granddaddy because he just got old at 95.
He just be shuffling along and just, I'm just ready.
But if he's out, dude, don't shuffle.
I'm talking not your granddaddy. Okay. I'm talking about Ray.
Yeah, Ray, he shuffles. I mean,
he's old, and it's like, dang, why is he so old? But whatever, everybody got their own. Everybody different. Because I'm old, and I'm not even. I ain't even looked at 30 yet, but I was grateful old.
This morning. I get up in the morning, and I feel like I'm dragging my legs. I'm like, I don't like that. That is not cute.
I know I'm dragging mine.
This morning when I got up, I was fine. I said, look at that.
Ever since I got COVID, I have been, my ability to get up and go is just gone.
Got up and went.
I mean, walking up the stairs almost kills me since I got COVID. And it's like, hey, what did COVID do to me?
Different.
It's so different. And my body's still not 100%. It's a mess.
I feel more fatigued than I did. And I'm like, dog, am I just getting older or what?
I think it's COVID.
My brain works a little bit better because, at first after COVID, I was checking and double checking and stuff because I
didn't know who I was.
My job is very detailed. And it's like, did I do step 5?
I had no idea who I was or where I was the week or 2, not 3 probably after COVID. It was just like, girl, stuff. Who am I? Where am I? What am I?
You better get your curling irons to turn off because you're going to leave them on for a month.
Your car. You done got out the car and left the car running.
About someone who did that, who didn't get COVID. I'll tell you who it is later.
Yeah, hit me to it later. But
they went to work, left their car on, came back from work. Fortunately, no one stole it.
Thank God.
It was still running. It had no gas.
I bet.
Still running.
That battery was on its way.
14 hours.
Wow.
And nobody at work noticed it.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't if I just saw a car in the parking lot and it was on. I'd be like, oh, somebody.
Oh, they'll be back in a minute.
Right. They ran in, or they in the car and I just can't see them. Because I don't be in folks' cars.
Because a lot of the windows are dark. I don't remember if this car's windows are dark. But that.
But we talking about Ray. We done got way beside the point.
We all off now, girl.
No, we were talking about G and how disgusting he is. He was talking about the state of his penis.
why we needed to know that. I've had friends who would tell me too much, and I was like, I don't want to hear about your husband if we all friends. Actually, I don't want to hear about your husband anyway. But especially if we all close friends, I don't want to know anything about your husband. Does not have a penis. I don't
Period.
want to know anything
It's Barbie and
about
Ken
this.
down there. Smooth, nothing.
Ken doll. I don't want to
Smooth,
know.
nothing. And at some point, because they were drunk, Chris gets up, he unbuckling his pants because Candace still carrying this story that he has a brown penis, which
This
okay,
can
maybe he does,
happen,
maybe he doesn't. That ain't got nothing to do.
but you have a white husband. It don't matter, does it?
I mean, whatever. Why do I know that?
I don't want to know. And I know these things can happen. I know, but I don't want to know it on your husband.
The psalmist's 3LW once said in one of their hymns. Okay. They said, that ain't got nothing to do with me and you. That's the way it is. That ain't got nothing to do with me and you. Why do I know about these men's penises? And I guess somebody might say, why we got to know about Robin's period. But that's just a natural thing.
Right. And the thing about that was Robin was talking about herself.
I mean, G was talking about himself as well. I just don't want to know. And maybe because I have periods and you've had periods.
And they're traumatizing.
And we understand.
And we're going to talk to Eve.
I'm not going to talk to her.
Oh, no. You're going to beat her up?
I'm coming to heaven with a gun.
No. Okay, Lord, you're going to have to get you a metal detector at the gate.
I'm going to be there with a gun. Because everybody got time for this.
Lord, I have to watch you new generations. You be done had you one of them paper ones made.
Or something. But anyway, at some point, Chris is getting ready to pull down his pants. Ashley sits up there and lies. She's steady lying on this trip. My husband would just never. My husband couldn't possibly deal with this group of people because he's not that kind of man. And they steady showing flashbacks of her husband acting a fool.
A fool. A monkey fool.
Talking about my husband wouldn't have, he knows how to conduct himself around people he just met when talking about Chris pulling down his pants. They immediately, because the Bravo editors.
Was he Skylar's husband?
As far as, I think she was probably, I think she was talking,
person that was new.
I think she was talking about G.
Oh,
yeah. But anyway,
he's a big boy. He's not a big boy yet.
But the cameras flash back to Ashley's husband, literally with his pants half down, in front of people he just met. So, Ashley, I don't know what this thing you trying to pull is. Like, we ain't been watching 6 seasons of The Real Housewives of the Isle of Patmos, but we've been looking at it. I don't know why she's just, my husband couldn't possibly, and he would be so upset for bringing me here with these people because they don't know how to act. Your husband, the main one, don't know how to act. He out here grabbing folks behinds. More than one producer on the show. I don't know how he's still on the show. He's been on.
Maybe that's why he can't go on no trips.
Probably why.
Because he don't know how to act.
Probably why. But I don't even know how they're able to still film with him unless Andy Cohen himself got the camera in there, because I wouldn't, as a network, I wouldn't send another producer or cameraman into their vicinity when Michael has been accused of and caught on camera grabbing these men's behind without their permission several times.
Now, granted, he comes from another culture, but look like you've been here long enough.
I don't think they do that in Australia.
I don't know what they do, but I know they don't do that over here.
It just
you need to be on a sports team.
No.
On the field.
No, you don't need to sexually harass anyone.
No. That's like football.
I understand what you're saying.
I hope they stop doing it. I don't know because I don't watch football.
I understand what you're saying.
And I look at all the pretty colors because I love to watch. I love the cameras angles and stuff from football.
I don't. You can't even see their faces. You gotta look down on the corner of the screen to see who playing. I hate that.
Those big green grass.
I want to see who cute.
Different angles.
I just want to see who's cute.
The drone.
I don't care about any of that. I want to see who is cute. Period.
I mean, you can see booty shapes. You can't see nothing else.
What I'm gonna do with that? Anyway.
And you put a sign, who booty is it?
Who booty is it? Who booty is it? Whose song is that? We'll find it later.
I know. That line just makes me laugh. And I don't know who's on it.
You hated that song so much when it came out.
I did. I'm like, why are we saying this? Now it's funny.
Anyway, Ashley, I don't know what you're trying to pull. I really don't know. She's trying to pull the badge and it just won't be pulled. We have evidence. Why she's sitting up here lying all the time? It's so weird. But anyway, moving on from that, they all get home. And of course, they drunk and sleepy and whatever. They get ready to lay down. Robin and Giselle are getting ready to leave. They found him a hotel. At the restaurant, Robin says, I found us a hotel, but it's 2 whatever stars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 7 miles away or something like that. And then she says, well, I found another one that's, more stars. I couldn't remember the exact number.
Yeah, farther. I think it was farther away.
It was 30 miles away. And I think they decided to go to that one. Again, I say, all y'all got to do is just let us know you lesbians. We can see it. We can tell. Anyway, so they go off in the middle of the night and the scholar is like, girls, please, no, don't leave. And Mia comes down and she's like, no, don't leave. And if G was awake, he would tell you not to leave as well. And it's just like, girl, let them go. If they don't feel comfortable in the house.
Like I said, I understood a broke toe walking up and down the steps in the middle of the night could be a problem.
And being on your period and having to go and find a bathroom. I get all of that.
Yeah. In the main bathroom where everybody uses it. I mean, I thought she was a little graphic with them peeing all on the floor. Hopefully they don't do that. But still, you don't want to go in there. You're already gross. Right. You gross.
You have
you're going to go to the gross place.
Right. And I understand because there's just one thing I hate doing, and that's sharing a bathroom. I hate sharing it, but that's why I ain't get married.
I mean, you don't have to share a bathroom when you get married. You just make sure you have what you need. That show you don't have to share the bathroom. People don't share bathrooms.
And that would have to be part of the condition here. Because, girl, I do not know. I hate it. Anyway,
you can build you a house and set that toilet up just like you want it.
I want to do like Helen Botham Carter and Tim Burton. They had 2 separate houses with a bridge. That's what I want. You live at your house, I'm gonna live in my house, and we'll meet on the bridge.
I don't know if I would make it a bridge. I would make it probably a party area, a place where we could just, we could sit out in the middle and it, maybe have glass and stuff, and we can look into the yard because I don't like bugs. So you look into the yard and look at all the pretty things. But you live over here and I live.
Now you said bug and a gnat just flew by me. How dare you call that up my home?
I gotta repot this plant that's probably giving me this one gnat.
I told you to get some sand.
And that's what's so bad about it. I got a bag of sand over there on my gardening.
Get this helpful.
Out in the yard.
Yeah.
Oh,
kill them dead.
That was devastating. Did y'all hear that? She done shook the world. Look at her. She cleaning her hands after the murder.
That reminds me of in the Fighting Temptations when LaTanya Richardson said, exactly, unrepentant. That's me. Was that LaTanya or was that
So
that might have been Shirley Caesar.
I was thinking, wait a minute, because Shirley Caesar, she gave her one-liners quick and killed
pretty
her.
Good. That movie, I love that movie.
Honey.
Anyway,
And I wanted to go to the bylaws on Sunday. I really did. I
need
like
I
to pull
remind
out
you? Need I
the
remind you of the church bylaws?
bylaws.
I love that movie so much. That's one of the only movies as a
For
kid.
Sally to die.
God rest her soul.
I'm subject to go up there Sunday and say that.
Don't do it.
Oh, I need to tell them. No, I need to fix them at the church. Thank you. Help me remember. I held my eyebrow. Remember, when I held my eyebrow, I was supposed to tell the people at the church something.
Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind.
Be my reminder.
I'm just gonna text you right now.
Thank you.
Because my mind ain't strong.
That's what I told the lady I work with in IMD. She said, I need a reminder. I said, I'm going to get a reminder to remind me to remind you.
Period.
It worked out because she forgot, but I remembered because I had a reminder to remind me.
Exactly.
Yes.
But anyway, so the girls are sneaking out in the middle of the night, and Ascala and Mia are like, "Oh, this is just terrible. They're leaving." And it's like, girl, it's not that bad. It's
feel
fine.
like when she said she feel like she's sneaking out of her parents' house.
It's not that bad. Y'all are grown, and it's not that bad. Let them. They said they'll be back in the morning.
Right.
And I understand.
We finna go. They didn't say that.
I do understand being slightly cautious because they had been drinking, and this was a driving event that they were getting ready to drive several miles to a hotel. I do understand the concern about that, but that ain't what they said.
In a place that you're not as familiar with as well.
Right. So Ascala, being a caring person, said, text me when you get there. And they did, and it was all fine.
Ascala, she pretty much cool.
Yeah.
She pretty even.
She's how I would be on the show. Aside from coming in and telling Karen that my friend said you drink a lot, because I don't think I would have done that. In what was it, episode 2 or 3?
Yeah, she was establishing herself. And that may have been just the only crazy thing she said is, "Oh, we got it."
Well, no, she did come for Mia in the sleepover episode 2.
Mia, she started off, you just needed to get your elbow and hit her.
Yeah, because she and Mia got beef today. They on Twitter going back and forth currently.
Faces and carrying on.
Yeah. So they, whatever, girl. Anyway, so they sneaking out. And they're gone. And Wendy is like, they're not even saying goodbye. It's like, y'all don't do each other. Why is everybody acting like
and saying goodbye? They say I'll be right back.
Like, it's just everybody is acting. Do we have to? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's acting like they the best of friends, and we just need you to say hello. We need you to say goodbye. No, y'all on a business trip. Y'all not friends at all. Stop playing. We know y'all not friends. Why y'all trying to keep up this illusion? But anyway, they go on their trip. We wake up the next morning. They making breakfast and carrying on. It's a nice little moment. Gia's starting breakfast. Chris comes in and he's, like, what do you need me to do? I thought that was nice. And then
Chris is overall nice.
Yeah, Chris is fine. He's fine. We like Chris.
He be trying to keep that little wife of his. He just has to pick her up and take her out all the time. Oh Lord Jesus. He's telling her right. Can you stop talking?
She's so aggravating, my God. But anyway, so yeah, they start making breakfast. Dre comes in and he's helping. It's just nice. It looked nice. The French toast with the berries and it looked very nice. And we having a good time. Ashley, she going downstairs to exercise. I forgot to mention everybody called and checked in on their kids. I don't care. Like, we glad the kids are fine.
They was cute.
It was very nice when Mia asked if her daughter was being good, and the baby looked at her grandma like,
she's like, have I?
I really don't know. I just been out here acting like myself
and doing what I do.
Know if that's good or not. I'm 3. How I'm supposed to know? But yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, she was cute.
And then I gotta say this again. I think I've already said it. Ashley always pumping these breasts after drinking heavily all the time and giving that milk to her baby.
And then one wonder why the baby just knocked out.
She's
I
drinking.
guess the milk is just good. No, the baby's drunk.
She's drinking every episode and pumping every episode. Ma'am, you're not supposed to drink and breastfeed. I don't know if people don't know this. Everybody knows you're not supposed to drink while you're pregnant, yes, but you're not supposed to drink and breastfeed either because everything you consume goes to the baby.
Yeah, I had to lighten up on tacos with you.
Because my little baby stomach.
Your stomach did not like my tacos.
Right. So imagine if you was having coronas all the time. How my little baby body and brain.
Your liver trying to process.
My little bitty liver. And wonder why these babies come out crazy.
So mean and ignorant, like drunk people.
They already act like drunk people without being drunk. They already, babies are little bitty drunk people. They go around falling asleep everywhere. They can't walk. They can't feed themselves, and they go to the bathroom on themselves. They are the worst of drunk people. And then you want to add all this liquor.
Hungry.
Ashley.
Hungry for liquor.
And she's not, it's not like, oh, she's a young mother. She doesn't know. Ashley's in her 30s.
Did she make 30 yet, girl?
I think she was my age. I think she was about 20, 27 at the beginning of the first season.
Well, because she wasn't on the first season, was she? Was she in one part of the original cast?
Yeah. Giselle, Robin, Ashley, Katie, and Sharice, I think, was the original cast.
What's that girl name?
Ashley Darby.
RHOP.
You could just look up Ashley Darby.
Yeah,
it's right here. She's 33 years old.
Ashley Darby. There it is. It's just right at the top.
Yeah, she's 33 years old. Born in Maryland. Her mother's name is Sheila. She married Michael in 2014.
I ain't click on that.
The children are Dean Michael and Dylan Matthew Darby. It's very easy to find. But yeah, all that drinking and pumping, that's on my nerves. That's on my nerves. I feel like we need to call Scan or CPS or whoever. DHS.
All of those.
Call them.
Actually, I don't even know if Scan's still around.
Maybe it is.
Maybe what Scan stood for?
My grandma's job.
Suspected child abuse and neglect. It was a nonprofit. I don't think they're around anymore. And I think it may have been this for our area, a nonprofit here. Well, you're not here anymore, but yeah.
The Scan Foundation. Maybe this is her. This got old people on this. I don't know.
I don't think. I'm going to type it all the way out.
I don't think this her. It don't matter, girl. Anyway, long story short, Ashley, make better choices because I'm sick of it. Anyway, the next morning, like I said, we having breakfast. The girls come in. The girls being Robin and her husband. And even before they get there, because while they're having breakfast, Ashley FaceTimes Giselle. And Giselle's in the bed and she's, in the dark and everything, like I would be. And Ashley says, "Did y'all get separate rooms?" And Giselle was like, "Yeah."
To me, she answered it like, "That's a weird question, but I'm too tired to."
She answered it to me like, "No, they didn't get separate rooms," and she just had to make up that lie. Because I'm telling you, they lesbians. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So anyway, Giselle lies and says that Wendy didn't say anything when Karen asked, "Did you say goodbye to the host?" And she was like, "The host didn't say anything to me." And Wendy was sitting right across the table. And she was like, "You're lying. Let's not lie. Let's not be a liar."
And let's go with Claire Huxtable. Let the record show.
Here, I thought you was gonna talk about how she was having donuts. You had donuts. Anyway, when Vanessa snuck out the house and went to see the wretched.
Don't let you. You're not getting past mama.
Child, it was a mess.
I just,
Anyway,
no.
so yeah, Giselle tells that lie, and when it comes right around that that island in the kitchen and says, "Now, come on, why would you lie?" And they do the flashback like they always do and show Wendy greeting them
Those
as she
shadily.
did. It was shady, but she did greet them.
I mean, she could have came in with a jacket. And the shade was so. It had to be a different temperature.
Oh, you worked that out, but you got there.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, after
I know the shade is different temperature in the shade.
we're gonna work on your delivery.
I'm not a comedian. I'm a mommy.
You can be both. I was finna say like Ellen DeGeneres, and I don't know why.
Why?
Anyway, so yeah, they end up going to the boat. They go at this noon time, they're gonna have lunch on the boat, so they go out to the boat. And once again, Ashley drinking and pumping. This is when they take an opportunity to have a conversation, Mia and Candace. And this is the most reasonable I've ever seen Candace in my life. If she would have just said from the beginning what she said, it would have been fine. But we gonna get there in just
this fighting and throwing letters
and carrying on talking about this girl mama. It was just all so weird. This light on my face.
It appeared last night. It appeared that, and I understood what they were both saying. Everybody has some wrong. It started with Mia, of course, talking to Dot. That's how.
But Dot was talking to everybody anyway.
Dot messy too.
So Dot, be mad at her. Punch Dot in the face.
I mean, you can't punch your mama.
But before we get to
that, you can't take a big shrine picture down and turn it backwards or something.
Burn it. Because you remember, let's just tell our
that's where your mama came from, and she had mama in her mind, and that's what came out of her mouth.
I understand, but let's just go ahead and tell our tea, because you acting like you could just take somebody's picture down. You could take your mama picture down and that'd be fine. But when I took my mother's pictures down at the house because I was upset. No, I didn't even I took down every picture of myself because I was upset. And you wanted to fist fight me. We almost had a fist fight.
First and foremost, those were not your pictures.
They were pictures of myself.
I don't care. They belong to the owner.
I don't care. I took them down. And you wanted to fist fight that day. We literally almost had a fist fight. Mm-hmm. So why you talking about just take the picture down?
I said turn it backwards, but then you can't turn pictures. You can't turn my pictures around. But that's her house. And it would be the other thing. That's the other thing. If I were helping you with bills, because I could, and it didn't, God blessed me where I had the money to do all kinds of stuff for you. I don't think I would hold it over your head. I don't. No, that's
you would
not
hold
cute.
It over my head one time, and that would be the only time. If you were to,
I just don't think that's right. I don't think it's right. If you're gonna do something for somebody, do something for somebody. And your children, that almost don't count if you can do it. But unless they very, very ungrateful. And Kansas is spoiled because mama spoiled Candace. What you mad for?
It gives me very much your grandparent, but we're not gonna get into it.
What you mad for?
You give your family a specific type of lifestyle, and then when they don't want to do what you demand that they do,
because you gave them the lifestyle,
threaten to take it away and or actually take it away.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna sell the house. Did I mean? Are we having a discussion? Yeah, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt.
Multiple times. Ooh, we're not gonna get into it. But anyway, long story short, whatever, we moving on. Askala and Robin are having a conversation downstairs.
Right.
Downstairs on the boat, not in the house. They're having this conversation
to the boat now.
Right. They're having
because the other conversation was also on the boat.
Yeah, but we're coming back to that conversation in a minute.
Okay.
So Robin and Askala are having a conversation on the boat about Wendy. And Askala's asking, like, do you like her? What's the situation here? Blah, blah, blah. And Robin is just like, we're just not close like we used to be. Things are different from last year, blah, blah, blah. Mia overhears it, goes back upstairs and says, somebody said that you are different than you were last year. And it's just like, Mia, come on. I be riding with Mia.
It was so 15.
I be riding with Mia until she does this. And then I'm like, girl.
Little sister. Sister.
So she brings this information upstairs. Everybody is like, girl, what you talking about? Who said that? She's like, Robin said it. And then Wendy is giving, as a woman, we supposed to evolve. And it's like, everybody's supposed to evolve, Wendy. I know what you're saying.
But she is just mad. Wendy is mad.
And it's just like, all of this is stupid.
Mad right now. And it's just, Wendy, sis.
I mean, I would be mad too if you tried to get on TV and perpetrate a lie that my husband cheating on me.
Yeah. But then that wasn't Robin and Giselle. That was Ashley.
It's always Ashley. And then Robin and Giselle.
We got two instigators so that we can keep our ratings up. Mia and Ashley.
And Giselle, because Giselle gonna carry it.
Well, yeah, Giselle, she carries it like a G.
Ashley gonna bring
and
it in.
And the two of them, they be
carry it.
Huh?
Ashley gonna bring it in, Giselle gonna carry it. Every time.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So anyway, as they are having this conversation, Robin and Askala come back upstairs and they looking at them like, well, time to have this conversation.
It's like, because when they walked up there, it was clear that something was wrong.
Right.
Like, oh, man, what is this?
And so Robin is just like, girl, what's going on? And she's like, well, Mia, somebody said, Mia said that you said that Wendy's not the same as she was last year. And Robin's like, no, I said our friendship is not the same. And of course, they do the 2 minutes earlier flashback. Just like, girl, whatever. They do the flashback and we see blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, Mia, why are you always carrying the bone, but it's not the right bone?
I interpreted it.
Like, girl, don't go back telling.
Interpretive dance classes.
If you're going to tell the tea, you have to parrot the tea. You have to say exactly what you heard. Don't be up there making up stuff in your mind about what was said.
Honey, she be making it up. I think she should be a writer. Hey, she should write, maybe not children's books because her stories are messy, but
not the mess.
Write something.
It just don't make no sense to me, but whatever, child. Anyway, so now they looking at Robin and Askala like, y'all down there being messy.
And they
she was having a conversation with her friend.
And it wasn't even messy conversation. It was a conversation where Askala was thinking and helping, helping Robin to think through,
process it,
what's going on.
Which is very much how I am as a person. Like, come on, let's talk about this. What about them? So, I do that all the time. And you be annoyed with me. Because
I'm used to it now. It's been a minute.
Because I just am like, let's look at it from all perspectives.
You've been doing this since you was like 4, 3, 2. Mommy.
Like, let's think about this.
What? Why? Okay, Mommy.
Because it's just how I am as a person. Because if I'm going to be upset with somebody, I need to know that I'm upset for a reason. And not just upset because I'm upset.
Those were the discussions that we had growing up.
Right.
about being mad at who you mad at, but of course you need to know why you're mad, what they need,
Right.
that kind of thing.
And is it something fixable? Am I
Or
mad forever? Am I mad at something that we can go back and mend this problem? So
mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person that's gonna come to my friends and family and just be like, are you mad about this? Or are you mad about that? And blah, blah, blah. So Skylar was giving Robin that. And then Mia gonna go back upstairs and be messy. I just didn't care for it.
I didn't either. And the last one she did, it was just too much.
With telling Wendy that Giselle called her a bee or some kind of bee.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Mia, come on now.
No, nobody was profane at this moment. And you done come back and added all kinds of extras to this conversation.
Stirring that turd. So anyway, they come upstairs and Robin is just like, I really don't want to have this conversation. And this is when I saw that Robin can be a reasonable person when Giselle is not whatever holding this power over her. Giselle has some sort of power over Robin.
Well, Giselle comes off, in my view of it, she comes off as, I'm the older one, I understand what's going on. And so Robin second guesses herself around Giselle. So she just kind of defers to whatever Giselle wants.
And that's not my personality type. You know, I've raised all of my adult friends. I was 16, 17, giving my grown friends life lessons. They 27, 28. And I'm like, girl, come over here. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Because the things you're doing are not okay. And let's figure out why you're doing these things. Like, I'm a teenager.
I'm sitting here looking at you going.
When I was 8, I taught my god sister how to drive in reverse. How to turn the wheel. You turn the wheel the opposite of the way you want to go. I had to teach her that.
Yeah, you taught her our language too.
I've taught her so many things. We're not going to talk about it. There's a lot of people that have received a lot of my teaching.
Yeah, you need to be a reader to understand certain people's conversations.
It's just, anyway. So Robin just letting Giselle tell her what is and what isn't, that's not my type of
But I noticed this though lately about the baby.
My fave, Robin.
She is starting to challenge Giselle. She does. She'll try. She'll speak up a little bit more than she did, especially at first.
Because who wears the pants in the relationship? Period.
Okay, I'm back over here on my screen.
Even though we know it's Giselle, like, come on.
Today, what you
doing praise and worship? But yeah, it just, I don't know. Her relationship with Giselle is just tired for me. Like, I love Robin and I want her to make sense, and she don't. She just straight up don't make sense. But yeah, her conversation with Skylar, that's what I want to see. I want to see that all around from Robin. Because she was making sense. She was having a logical explanation for the things she was feeling. And she wasn't just taking up for Giselle for every little thing.
Mm-hmm. I think we're beyond that. If we're not completely beyond it, we're going beyond it.
We're gonna have to, if she want to stay on my screen.
Because she's at what? She's in her 40s. Giselle's
42. Giselle's 50, about to be 51.
52, 50, something like that. Yeah, so it's like she must know she's older. Not necessarily.
I think it's just Giselle said, hey, you're light-skinned and I'm light-skinned and we're just going to be the best of friends.
And Giselle is a more A-type personality. She's like, come on here, girl, we finna do so and so. She's that one, and Robin is like, oh, okay.
Robin is just aloof. Love her down. She's aloof.
Because she ain't trying to, really bother nobody like that. That's not her thing.
But anyway, I like the conversation she had with Skylar, and they came back upstairs and Wendy was trying to start a mess. And it was just like, girl, we're not even on that. And
Yeah,
that's,
Wendy, she's still mad. She mad.
did I say Wendy was start? I meant Mia
No,
was starting.
Mia started messing and getting Wendy riled up.
Right.
When it wasn't
Necessary.
warranted at that particular time, but it wasn't Wendy's fault because it was Mia's fault.
That's what I meant to say, if that's not what I said. Mia came up there trying to start mess, and it didn't need to be started. And Robin was just like, I'm not trying to have an argument about this. All I said was our friendship is different, and that's that on that. And at some point, Robin
And I
was
like how she cut that off.
period.
This is what I would have done it. On what I said, not what she making up. I said
exactly, and that's how I would have done it. What I said was this. What I meant was this, and that's how I feel. Thank you and good night. I don't want to have no conversation and back and forth about it.
No, and that was the whole thing that Robin was saying with the scholar. I don't want to be fighting about this.
Right. And then come upstairs and almost have to fight about it. And Robin was like, the men don't want to be a part of this. So Robin sends the men
Basically
away. And this is when we open up the conversation for Mia and Candace.
Right. So it really worked out very well that she sent them away.
Right. And so Mia and Candace, Candace, this is how you should have been from the beginning. She said, I was hurt that you said that my video was low budget because I worked very hard and I'm not sure that it's going to work.
She said, and I'm afraid. She told her that she just went with the straight truth of how that probably felt.
And if she would have said that from jump, like, hey, I'm sensitive about this thing. I don't know why people are so scared to say that they feel a specific type of way about something.
Well, Erykah Badu puts it like it is. She says she's sensitive about her stuff.
Period. But I mean, it doesn't have to be music. It could be talking about that girl's hands and feet. Because to be honest, Candace started talking about Mia's hands and feet before Mia even said anything to Candace in the confessional. I don't know if Mia heard it or what, and it might have been after the beef, had started. But
that baby, she's an adjective user. It's the truth. Her husband said that too.
It's just like, girl, if you would have said from jump, like if both of y'all would have said, I'm sensitive about what I'm doing with my music because I'm not sure it will go anywhere. And Candace released an album. I haven't listened to it, but I've seen people saying it's good. So congratulations to Candace.
And it takes guts to do that especially without a label. And fortunately we're in a culture now that it's okay to do that, and people, it's a gnat, excuse me.
Kill it like I did.
Okay, I can't seem to get that because this one gnat been in this room for at least a week. But
I think it's the same gnat.
It's the same gnat.
Okay.
I recognize her.
Oh, okay. She got her nails done or something,
Shelly, the gnat.
Shelly the gnat. Okay, cool.
But anyway, we live in a culture now that it's okay, that it works fine to release your stuff on your own. I don't know what the record company's gonna do after a while.
They're going to go the way of network television, and it's just gonna be streaming, indie music streaming.
They better figure it out.
It's going
and I'm sure they're working to figure it out.
It's gonna be SoundCloud and all of that are gonna dominate the music, and Apple Music, because you can put your indie music on Apple. It's just, that's what it's gonna be eventually.
I'm gonna sing me a song. I'm gonna stand up in the middle of my room here and I'm gonna sing a song
and put it on Apple and tell the girls to pay their 99 cents or $1.99 or whatever Apple charge now for you to buy a song. I think it went up to $1.99. But I pay my $15 a month so we can listen.
Right, because I was thinking about back in the day when CDs came out and they were like $20, $18.99, $20.
I remember.
It was like, we can't buy that. So you had less CDs initially, and then they would have sales, and it's like, okay.
And then CDs went down about $8 as the standard for a CD. But then they started back putting out deluxe editions, and now we up to $15, $16. It's just like,
Then now, my current car does not have a CD player.
it's true.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
barely
mine
made it.
does. Mine
You
does.
do.
Yeah.
You do. I had one CD when I had car with
It's
the
probably still in there, quiet as a skip.
one CD. And it was Crystal Rucker. Y'all get her. She good.
Oh yeah, she sings.
I had, because I was with her for something, and even though I downloaded it, I still bought it because
Right.
that girl is out there working.
Period.
Let's help her.
Period. Anyway, yeah, so they had this conversation and it was very good. Candace expresses how she felt. Mia says, you know, my mother is a very sensitive topic for me because of these things. We find out she was in jail for 8 years. I was like, dang, what she did.
Well, honey, you can cross the street in the wrong place and be Black and get 8 years.
It's true. Jaywalking.
Mhm.
But yeah, then she says, you know, her mother couldn't bury her parents while she was in jail because she didn't want to walk into the church with the shackles. And I'm like, I still would have went, but I get what she, you know.
Yeah, because I had a friend who came to his father's funeral that way, but he came.
Right. Because it's not like people don't know you in jail.
And I was fortunate enough to get to hug him. He looked like he was well.
Right.
Lord, hopefully he won't spend his whole life there.
You know, praying for it. But if you do the crime, do the time.
All right.
But if it's an unjust sentence, then you know we got to fight that too. It's complicated. Sure, anyway, but yeah, I still would have went to my parents' funeral, but I understand.
Yeah, if they can afford it, because sometimes it's about money.
Well, they said they were able to get her out. She just didn't want to.
Oh, she wasn't able. Yeah, because I know with my brother, oh, we just he wasn't able to come out.
Yeah.
The brother that's in jail didn't get to come to the brother's funeral.
Right. That has to be hard. So yeah, Mia says her piece and Candace apologizes, Mia apologizes, and I guess we're moving on. That's what I would like to see. This
would too, because what they doing is, you know, will make me go to bed. Click.
Then that's why Karen just because you and Karen, I think you're between. No, I was saying y'all are similar in age, but I think you're between Karen and Giselle. Mm-hmm. And you more on Karen's spectrum than Giselle's spectrum as far as behavior and attitude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I could go with that.
Yeah. So anyway.
Except I don't drunk. I don't drunk truth. I don't drunk truth because I don't drunk.
Well, you know, everybody has their own thing they do, and you don't drunk.
I don't drunk.
But yeah, that's why Karen just be sitting there like, girl, these kids acting a fool.
Ooh. She said, that's why I need to go and find Ray, and we are going to go over. Right. And that's exactly they found some balance in their life.
And that's exactly how you would be.
Yes, indeed.
Looking for your husband, and y'all gonna sit off somewhere.
You want to sit on them? Up too close. They loud. They too loud.
Y'all be sitting on the end of the boat just watching the water.
Going, Father God, we're gonna pray. Just go loud. Well, maybe we should stop cussing at each other. They over there.
Them heifers wouldn't care.
Okay, if you pray.
Was that the end of the episode? Did they ever get off the boat? Or they were still on the boat?
They were still on the No, they gotten off the boat. But they were weren't they like going to eat or something?
I thought they were eating they
got off the boat and no, they got off the boat and then they got in the van and went back.
Are you sure that wasn't them leaving the other dinner?
Excuse me.
I think they were still on the boat.
I don't know, girl. Who would know for real? I didn't write down the very end. I just was glad to see that they had some decent dialogue.
Right. It turned out, I think, well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that on that, I guess. Did I
Yeah, I
miss
like the
anything?
boat. I like the Chesapeake Bay. I have to see if I can get me a reservation.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I gotta talk to you about a reservation. I might make one if I can find me a good airfare ticket. I'm gonna take you with me. I hope.
To your other brother.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Anyway, I think that was it. You did I forget anything or anything else you want to talk about?
No, everyone have a lovely day,
Okay, that's nice. Have a
a
lovely
lovely
day.
evening,
A lovely day.
a lovely 2, 3 in the morning. Whenever you watch this.
Lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. It's
I'm
one of them.
dancing.
It's not. That ain't it. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the things the YouTubers say. And we'll be back.